Good afternoon. I hope you are having a good time. Before we start, I'll just quickly give introduction about everyone. I'll just name all the students here and the project they have been working on, the AI project, and which organization they're working with. Okay, so firstly we have Rakshita here. The name of her project is Divyang Roshni, and she presented her project in Responsible AI field. And again, we have another, finalist of Responsible AI for Youth. The name of her project is AI Scarecrow, and she's Sonia Mishra. Hi, Sonia. And there is Puhabi Chakravarti. She is also from Responsible AI for Youth. The name of her project is Athlete X for Atmanirbhar Athlete. Then we have Trisha Jain from Coding and More. The name of her project is Mode Predictor App. Then Kavya Majumdar, who is also from Coding and More. The name of her project is The Nudge that helps customers make sustainable choice. And we have Ira Jain. She's also from Coding and More. The name of her project is Dinosaur Help Agency. Then we have Ismaya Jalal. She's from STEMpedia. And the name of her project is Robot Responding to Face Expressions. Then we have Mercy Shiba John. Her project's name is AI Alexa or the AI app. She's also from STEMpedia. Then we have Reed Saxena, AI Security Guard at your service with her project, and she's from STEMpedia. Then we have Anika Ghosh. The name of her project is Smart Home Using AI. She's also from STEMpedia. Then finally, we have Sakshi Kedia. The name of her project is AI Teacher. She's also from STEMpedia. So these are all amazing, guys. First of all, congratulations. At a very young age, you're all ready with your AI project. You're thinking big. So today I'll be asking you one or two questions about your project and some questions related to AI. Okay, and while I'm speaking, if you're experiencing any discomfort or any ability to understand, difficulty to understand, you can let me know while I'm speaking. And the first question that I would like to ask is to Puhabi Chakrabarti. Can you tell us about your project, Athlete X for Atmanirbhar Athlete?
Hello everyone, I'm Puhabi Chakravarti from class 10, Kendriya Vidyalaya, INDIAai Agartala, and my project name is Athletics for the Atmanirbhar Athlete. It is actually an app that will help athletes to boost their performance and will concentrate on their physical as well as mental health, and it will also give a diet on their respective games that they play.
Okay, Puhabi, that's amazing. And can you just while developing this project, can you just tell me what are the basic challenges that you faced?
Ma'am, actually, my project was divided into three parts: the physical health, mental health, as well as the diet part. So it was basically three projects in one. So it was a bit lengthy. And first of all, it needed several models, like one CNN and one ANN and other just in looping. So the accuracy rate was it was like 49%. So from 49%, at last, it came to 85%. So like that huge gap was a big problem, and it took like 10 days to do it from 49 to 85. And I did have a very great mentors who helped me. So all these problems was, like really all these mentors helped me with this problem.
How long have you been working on this project, Puhabi?
Actually, it was first 1 month was the training, the preliminary training, and then another 1 month was the high level training based on the project that we all did. And after that, 10 days was given to do the deployment.
The next question I have is for the one of the youngest person in our lot today. Ira, actually, I'm quite excited for the name of the project. It's Dinosaur Help Agency. So can you quickly tell me about your project? What is it about? How does it work?
So the Dinosaur Help Agency is an app for children so that if the children have problems in school on their classes, but most of the time children, they don't know who to tell them to because they might be scared to be embarrassed. So this is a place where children can put in their problems while feeling that they are safe, and the app will give them a solution to their problem.
Why is it named Dinosaur Help Agency?
Because I just thought that children like dinosaurs, including me, so it would just be a little more friendly.
Oh, that's amazing. Uh, that's an awesome concept, Ada. And actually, and to come up with the project, as I told you, you're the youngest person in our law today. And what motivates you to think like this at this very young age?
So when I try to come up with a new project, of course, in classes, we think of using an SDG, but then I also think of all of these other children who are just like me, but they have their problems with nobody to tell them to. And I feel that nobody should have to feel that they have nobody to tell their problems to. So just make it better for them.
That's amazing, Ada. When I was your age, I wish I had someone like that, and you could develop a concept like that using AI. That's amazing. Next question I have is for Geet Saxena. Geet, you develop your project AI Security Guard at your service. Can you explain a bit about that? What does AI Security Guard do?
Yes, ma'am. So it works on AI face recognition technology. We pre-feed the system and train it with all familiar faces. Then the system captures the face details at runtime, compares it with the face database. If it is a match, the system allows the person to enter, else raises an intruder alarm.
What was the motivation that, again, as Ira told us, what was your motivation to develop this project?
Ma'am, my grandmother has always been blind. This time when I visited her, I asked myself, how can I keep her safe in case she is all alone at home? With help of my AI coding skills gained, I came up with a solution. AI Security Guard.
Okay, that's amazing. I mean, that's actually very helpful for, we have many people who are living alone and, they might be scared at times too, right? So this project that you have been developing, and how long have you been working on this project, Heath?
Ma'am, 10 days.
Oh, that's amazing. Already you have so much, ahead with this project. Congratulations on your concept. So that's amazing.
Thank you, ma'am.
And the overall, how was your experience so far? You've been working 10 days. Anything you want to tell us?
Ma'am, it was great to actually identify a real life problem and brainstorm for possible solutions. Working on this project, I understood the actual technology that goes behind such security systems, what runs behind the scene.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, you explained it so well, and it's really good, Geet. I'll come back to you. Yeah. Next question I have is for Lakshita.
Yeah, hello, ma'am.
Hi, Lakshita. You know, can you tell us about your project? You presented in a national level program, the Responsible AI for Youth, and you came in the top 20 list also. So, what was your project, Divyang Roshni, about?
Ma'am, basically my project name is Divyang Roshni, and the term is referred to the people who is suffering from a disease called cerebral palsy. So basically, is a kind of light or roshni for disabled people. So in the app, we have created many buttons in which for the first one is the person who is suffering from cerebral palsy can detect whether he or she have cerebral palsy by taking the EMG readings which we done a coding in our laptops. And the second button is the symptoms of cerebral palsy patient. The third one is the frequently asked question between the doctor and the patient. The fourth one is the recommendations of hospitals from all over India. So yeah, we have all these things in our app which we built.
That's amazing, Lakshita. Can you tell me about like what was the basic AI technology behind your project? What are the algorithms that you use?
Okay. Ma'am, the app which we made is based on a T-flight model, which is an output of random forest classification, and it uh, it used an AI algorithm, and yeah, my project is based on a AI domain, which is data domain.
Okay, that's amazing, Lakshita. And congratulations for winning, coming in the top 20 winners list for a national program.
Yes, ma'am.
The next question I have is for Sakshi. Sakshi Kedia.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Hi, Sakshi.
Good afternoon.
We can understand a bit about your project. Can you tell something about your project?
Yeah, actually, this is a kind of app. I always used to wonder, like, why for every small problem, the people has to go to a doctor. So I have made a kind of app in which people can check that what disease they have through entering their symptoms only, and they will be getting the what disease they have. And after that, some people also have like what they are not confirmed that that particular disease they have or not. So by from that they can identify through their, if they will keep X-ray there, so with the help of X-ray they can identify that what disease they have.
Okay, okay. And how did you come up with this project?
Basically, as I told, like the people is always wondering, means for a very small problem, for even a throat pain, they are going to the doctor, that what is the issue. So at the home only they can be sit and get that problem solutions.
Okay, okay, that's amazing. And the next question I have is for Kavya Majumdar. Kavya,
Yeah, hi.
hi Kavya, how are you?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm glad to be here.
Happy to have you, Kavya. So, can you tell me something about your project? The name of your project is The Nudge, right? That helps customers make sustainable choice.
Yeah, so I've developed an app called Nudge. It's a smart app and it's also currently available on the Google Play Store. Nudge is an app that tries to positively influence the behavior and decision making of individuals to help them achieve their climate goals and through fun and easy to do challenges. And I would say the purpose of this app is to start a climate campaign by encouraging people to live more sustainably. And all of the challenges in this app are carefully chosen to save energy, water, and trees, promote reusing, recycling, and healthy living, as well as managing food waste and garbage. So the AI plays a huge part in my app as well. So the user has to upload an image to prove that they've actually attempted the challenge. For example, for a challenge that says, can you find a community fridge in your vicinity and become a volunteer? The user would have to upload an image of them volunteering at the community fridge. And there's also a pre-trained AI component called Microsoft Image Recognizer that validates the image that the user uploads by looking for items that are relevant to the challenge inside the image. And if your image passes this test, then you increase your sustainability quotient by earning points. And otherwise, it's rejected because you've uploaded a wrong image, and you will also be given the reason for its rejection. So, AI in my app automates the process of verification, and it removes the need for human intervention, which would have made the process very long, according to me. So, AI plays a huge role in my app.
Amazing, you have explained it so well. I mean, actually, these days sustainability is something that we hear very often, and we want everything to be sustainable, right? So I think that the project that the initiative that you are taking to build this model, it is great, and you're already so ahead, and you're doing it so well. Uh, can you tell me like what motivated you, on a personal level, okay? Not something about AI, on a personal level, what inspired you to think about sustainability?
So obviously, climate change nowadays is a problem that needs no introduction, because I think all of us can feel the impact of it now, even in our daily lives, because of so many cyclones and wildfires. And among these scenes of destruction and suffering, I think what really gave me hope were all the kinds of innovations happening in India and the rest of the world that were helping fight problems like climate change. So, to give you some examples, carbon negative bricks that were actually made from agricultural waste, and 60,000 miles of road made in India itself out of recycled plastic. So, these really made me believe in the power of technology to not just change our lives, but to change our planet as well. And another thing that I was greatly influenced by was the nudge theory, which was conceptualized by Mr. Richard Thaler, who was a Nobel laureate. And I really liked the idea of being able to influence people's choices positively without actually taking away their power to choose. And to share an anecdote, I actually came across this concept during a visit to a European cafe during a family holiday. And I noticed that there were fruits that were much more prominently displayed than the regular pastries and brownies. And that's why my father pointed out the concept to me. So I put all of these ideas together and I came up with the simple yet powerful idea of Nudge, which I would describe as an app that empowers common people to have an impact on climate change by doing the simplest of tasks, but on a daily basis.
I mean, after listening to you, actually, honestly, I'm literally blown away by the way you talk and the way you presented and way you came up with the project. So I
Thank you.
like it's like you are you already think about everything very seriously and you're actually acting upon it. So you're at a very young age, you're an AI activist. Congratulations on that. I'll come back to you, Kavya. So my next question is to Trisha Jain. Hi, Trisha. So you came up with the predictor app. Am I right? Is it like will it predict our mood, like what we are thinking and
So, for now, I've just created a basic model that detects whether you're happy or sad. So it basically so the AI model I developed was basically a filter that recognized whether the person's happy or sad based on their facial expressions. So humans are used to taking in non-verbal cues from facial expressions. However, I wanted to explore whether the AI could do the same. So an emotion recognition system from facial expression is used for recognizing expressions from facial images and classifying them into chosen emotions. So while facial emotion detection is a technology that's becoming more and more advanced every year, I attempted to basically develop a basic model which was only based on the two emotions, happy and sad. So I created a data set with two classes, happy and sad, which consisted of equal number of images for each category. And the algorithm that was deployed was a set of algorithms called the neural network. I then trained my model and used Scratch 2.0 to create the interface for my filter.
okay, that's amazing. And can you like tell me, Trisha, what actually was the AI technology that you use behind your project? What is the algorithm that helped you develop this project?
So yeah, as I mentioned before, the algorithm that I used was a neural network, and to create the two classes, I used a machine learning. And yeah, so this was basically, and to create the interface, the final project to bind my entire algorithm together, I used Scratch to create the interface of my filter.
So how long have you been working on this project?
So after my course with coding and more, I worked on it for a week, um, collecting data and working on my entire final interface. Yeah.
Are you working on it alone, or do you have someone to help you with it?
So yeah, so I had my mentor, Miss Aditi, who guided me through the entire process after teaching me about the basics of AI, and we worked on a one-on-one basis, like for 10 hours in all. and we came up with this project.
That's amazing. Trisha, I'll come back to you. Okay. So next question is for Vismaya. Vismaya, I can see that you have a model there. Can you
Yeah.
explain what it is and how does it work?
So this model is Quarky. It's a robot that I actually got from the boxes that Stempedia had given to me. So I was very eager to learn robotics, and because of that, I got Quarky, and I started to learn the basics of Quarky, like how it functions and the parts that are contained within it. So I was very curious that by facial expressions, how so that this see actually we feel lonely sometimes, like during quarantine we feel lonely and we don't have anybody. If somebody has gone somewhere and we don't we feel so lonely that we are just sitting looking at the mirror idle. So I decided to make a robo companion that will be with you forever. So whenever you feel happy, it will make you, it will do a dance. Whenever you're sad, it will confront you. And whenever you're surprised, it will also say that, oh, you just surprised me.
That's amazing. So how does this work? Yeah. So how does this understand? What is the technology that,
So I used the extension called face detection. Then I used speak and translate extension. And I also used other blocks from other sections and I created it from that.
I can see that you have a model there. Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, and I also used Quarky, all the blocks that contain in Quarky in the robot section, where I used so that Quarky can make a dance and can do all the actions.
Okay. I was asking, I can see that you have a model there. Can you show us a demo or something? Is that for that?
Yeah, I can show you. I can share my screen for that.
Yeah, sure.
So here's the so I'll just switch off my cameras. It should work properly.
Could not detect any.
So I think something.
Wow, you seems happy. Let's dance. Wow, you seems happy. Let's dance. Oh, you just surprised me. Oh, you just surprised me. Don't worry, my friend. I am with you.
So that's the demo.
Thank you so much, Vismaya. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
and I also made my own poem as well.
I would like to ask Anika Ghosh. Hi, Anika.
Hello, ma'am.
Anika, I can see that you developed a smart home using AI. So, what is a smart home? Can you explain a bit?
Like these days, everyone is keeping like artificial intelligent robots at home, like Alexa and Google Home. So my project is just a brief description on how these robots work.
Okay, that's amazing. So, how did you come up with this project, Anika?
So like I just wanted like not everybody like including me, I don't have any of these artificial intelligent devices, so I thought maybe I can just like make a project so that people will have an idea on how these robots work.
Amazing. And did you have any support while working this, or were you working all by yourself?
No, I had my mentor, Mrs. Shri from Stempedia. So she helped me, and helped me a lot during the project, and even told me different ways of how to make my ideas into reality.
That's amazing. And so far, how is it going? How is your experience by working on the project, and how was it? How do you feel working with your mentor?
I was feeling very happy, and I right now I'm feeling very proud to be here and expressing myself about my project and my mentor. So that's why I also helped a lot. Means like my teacher helped me a lot during the project.
That's amazing. And actually, we are all proud that you are here. I mean, we're all proud about you and the work that you're doing. It's amazing. And I'll come back to you. Okay. So far, it's been really good.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
The next question is for Mercy. Hi, Mercy.
Hello.
I can see that you've developed an AI Alexa. Is it like Google's
Yes.
Alexa?
Yes.
So can you tell me how does it work? Is it a voice assistant?
Yeah, it is a Alexa. So it's an mini Alexa. It is based on the AI, and I made it in PictoBlocks. It has the extension of AI, and if I say a sentence and it contains a particular word, it recognizes the speech using the block of speech recognition in the AI extension, and then it recognizes. If I say, Alexa, sing me a birthday song, it will recognize that I have said birthday in my sentence, and then it will sing happy birthday song.
Oh, that's
So it's like that.
okay. So, what was the motivation behind your, developing this project? Was it a personal experience or
So
something?
the motivation behind my project is that I have an Alexa at my home, and it cannot work wirelessly. It needs a wire, then only it will work. So I cannot take it anywhere I want. It will be in only one place. So I thought, instead of taking it everywhere, why shouldn't I make one which I can take everywhere, and it's wireless, and it only needs Wi-Fi to work on. So I thought, I have PictoBlocks, and I also have an AI extension. Why shouldn't I make it in that?
That's amazing. By seeing something you're thinking about so much, that's great, actually. Congratulations, Mercy, on your project. So, how long have you been working on this?
Not very much long, because the code was very easy, because I've done lots of projects with the AI. So it didn't take me less than 10 days. It took me less than 10 days.
Oh, that's amazing. You have experience working in AI before. How long have you been working
Yes.
on it?
Last year when the lockdown started, I built an interest in robotics and also AI. So that's how long I've been AI.
Just out of curiosity, how many projects have you worked on AI?
I can't count, because like I've made 3 robots, and then I've made more robots, and I've hardware projects and lots I've made. So like it's not like something I can count on.
That's amazing. I mean, so I can understand you have great interest in AI. So keep it up, and I'll come back to you. Okay.
Okay.
So the next question I have is for Sonia. Sonia, I can you speak a bit about AI Scarecrow? Uh,
Yes, ma'am. Hello, myself is Sonia, and AI Scarecrow. We made a project for the farmers. As you know that in India, farming is common, and being a people in Rajasthan where the farming is the mostly used, we created a project which helps farmer in their field, that animals and birds damage most of the crop while we did it. Then the project helps farmer to detect the animals and birds and stay them away by using siren or loud sound.
so I can understand that this is a scarecrow, but built using AI.
Yeah, it
Right.
is a normal scarecrow, but we use AI technique so that it may more effective.
That's good. It's amazing. And I can say that you came up to the final round of responsible AI for youth. And
Yes.
can you tell me about your experience on that?
Yeah, I had a great experience with the responsible AI for youth. The whole journey was so great, and feeling so proud to be here with you guys.
That's amazing, Sonia. Can you explain a bit about your experience on working on this particular project, AI Scarecrow? How long did you take to develop this, and whose
Um,
help you had while working on the project?
it almost with the mentors we had a session, and I think I worked on the project about 10 to 15 days. It is completed, and get help by the mentors. They guide us a lot.
Okay, so you had a lot of support while working on the project,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Did you have any prior experience while on working on AI?
No, it was my first time we did the project.
So going forward, out of curiosity, I'm asking this. Going forward, will you be continuing working on AI at some
Yeah,
point?
I will try my best and be with the AI.
Yeah, you will be with AI for the rest
Yeah,
of the life.
sure.
That's amazing. We need bright minds like yours, going forward. And so I have like one question that I have is for no, just out of curiosity. You're all like amazing thinkers at a very young age, and thinking about the future. Already AI is dominating our world, right? So when we look into our very room, you can look around your room, and I can look around my room. I can point out at least five things that is functioning on AI, right? So as the thinkers for the future, as as motivators and innovators of AI that will be working in the future, what do you think about the scope of AI? So I would like to ask, can Lakshita reply on that? What do you think the scope of AI be going ahead?
I think AI has a vast scope in future. Like nowadays, we can see AI everywhere. Like AI has its power on cyber security for the data security. Also, we can see AI in aeroplanes also as autopilot system. It has an autopilot system, and I think commercial pilots only work for a very short duration, and the journey was handled by autopilot system, which is an AI based, I think. And also AI is very helpful in healthcare system also, as I myself also have developed an AI based model which is helpful for healthcare. So I think AI is a vast scope, and if we persuade AI in future, we will surely have a great future.
And is there anything else that you have to add on to that, Kavya? You are gonna add on something to that?
Yeah, I think Lakshita gave a great perspective, and if it's already being used so much in today's world, we can only imagine how much it'll be used in the future. And I think in the future, AI, it already is being used for this purpose, but in the future, AI will be used to do things that are too mundane for humans to do, and we shouldn't be wasting our time on, or there'll be things that are too dangerous for humans to do. So, for example, it'll do things like switching off the light when it's not in use and doing other such general chores for us, so that we can spend more time in our creative and intellectual pursuits. So, yeah, I think it'll free up a lot of time for us in the future as well as now. And me being interested in climate change, I would also like to speak a little bit about that. AI is already being used a lot in climate change, and in the future, I think even more so because climate change is becoming worse by the day. So, AI is already being used to monitor deforestation in the Amazon rainforest. It's being used to manage the electricity grid because the electricity grid is becoming even more complex day by day because we're getting so many new sources of electricity like solar and wind and geothermal. So I think in the future, there's a lot of potential for AI and climate change as well. So yeah, that's from my side.
That's amazing, Kavya. Sakshi, as Kavya was talking about her, climate change, the future of AI in climate change area, how it will be helping it. You developed a project that would be helping healthcare, right, in the future.
Yeah.
Detecting diseases and all this. So can you, going ahead, already AI has been doing many things in our development of healthcare already. So moving ahead, what do you think would be the impact of AI?
According to me, everything means even a single thing. For an example, if we are going out also, we can see a lot of wastes. So according to me, that also would be transformed into a clean country with the help of robots. Means maybe it will help a society a lot, the artificial intelligence. Even I have earlier developed one project, drugs detector, which is really helping the society. It is AI based project itself. So according to me, AI will definitely help in the future, and even in the healthcare prosperity. If I talk in mine project, so definitely the person doesn't have to go to the hospital. Everything is getting digitally. Even more apps are there for the healthcare, even for the shoppings which are not allowed in a particular country. If we need it, so we can in 7 to 8 days, definitely we are getting it at the home. So that are all, I think, AI based itself.
That's amazing. That's amazing, Sakshi. So you've all been talking about how AI will be, helping, us in the future, and helping mankind in the future. So out of my, I just want to play a game like thing. It's like I'm giving you a hypothetical situation. So I'm asking Ira about this. Ira, you already developed an app which is for helping children, right? So I'm giving it's something that in conventional time, in olden days, our parents and teachers were doing it. So what if tomorrow, if you're going to your school and your teachers are being replaced by AI? Yeah, AI teachers are there to teach you, to help you out. How would that be? What is your opinion about that? Will that be good or bad?
I actually feel it might be a mix of the two. So it might be good because, of course, humans don't know everything. So if you have a question a teacher doesn't know, the AI will know the answer to that hypothetically. So then we would get our answer and our curiosity would be filled. But also it'd be kind of bad because it might not be able to understand every single emotion you're feeling because AI can't go that far in terms. So I feel that would also be kind of bad because some of the problems which you can tell your teacher about, like a bully, then the AI would give you a solution, but it wouldn't give you that solution where, okay, go talk to your parents about it, don't cry and all. But the AI would just be like, okay, let me talk to them. And then it wouldn't understand your feelings. So I feel it would be a mix of the two.
That's amazing. Geet, I can see that you're excited with Ira's reply. What do you want to add on to that?
Ma'am, in future, everything will be AI driven. Smart houses, smart cities to smart world. But ma'am, even teleporting, time travel, everything will become very very possible. But ma'am, like if we teleport, then we won't get the fun of the ma'am, aeroplanes and long drives with family.
So you think that AI is necessary, but to some extent, human feelings are also important, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's amazing. Vismaya, I'm sorry I lost you before. I just want to tell you that your point was amazing about AI. I wanted to ask you, did you write it all by yourself?
Yeah, and I also want to say something that AI should be under the control of humans and not never fully depend on AI because there will be consequences also. and I plan to combine genetics with AI and make something like so unique, different.
Okay. How will that work? I mean, I have a curiosity. I'm asking, what are you thinking about combining genetics with AI?
It's like my mother was like bedridden for about 22 months, and like she doesn't feel lonely, but such patients like my mother need someone to actually cheer up, and like so robots can even entertain them rather than like they should not feel that no one is entertaining them, like there's no happiness.
That's amazing, Vismaya. And I think, I think it is out of that motivation that you come up with a project that can, understand human emotion. Am I wrong? Am I right?
Yeah, you're right, because it's loneliness, someone needs to be there with you. So using AI, I can create something like that.
That's amazing. It's always nice to, create something out of your own experience and your own emotions. It will turn out to be better. That's my personal experience. And this Maya, that is great. And once again, it was amazing listening to your song, your poem. It was great. And one another thing that I wanted to ask is that Trisha, I can see that you've already done so much with your project. So going forward, can you explain something about what you will be doing with AI?
So, as I think everyone's mentioned before, AI is a big part of the future. AI is probably the future. Like we know stuff like the metaverse is coming, and how, especially during the pandemic, we have seen the vast use of AI from telehealth to, as mentioned before, climate change as well. So, like watching up when like I grew up watching like my favorite superheroes in movies like Batman riding his epic self-built Batmobile to always come to the rescue, or like Iron Man using Jarvis, his voice activated assistant, to find a solution to save the day. But what I learned over the course of learning about AI from coding and more is that the AI is the closest things humans have to superpowers. So I envision the future where robotics and artificial intelligence can not only be used to save lives, but also to enrich them from the medical field and moving forward. And I honestly feel privileged to be given the opportunity to learn AI at such a young age, as it is the future and it is going to affect everyone. So in the future, I definitely think that it is going to be important for us to learn about AI, because I want to make a career out of it, because it's going to be such a big part of our life. And and I definitely want to be one of the people who make these changes in our world, so that we can help make increase productivity in making products, and basically just help the standard of living increase amongst humans, in India especially. And I basically want to be a part of it, part of the entire process of seeing how AI grows in the future. And I definitely want to work with AI.
Okay, so AI will be a part of your career moving forward, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Since you're already talking, you're already matured, and there is this common thing that we always hear that about women in STEM, that the women working in technology is very comparatively less in number when compared to men. So, what yeah, and we normally growing up also, we have heard about as girls, we growing up, we have heard many restrictions regarding that a girl should not do that, do this, and all that. So, what is your take on that? What do you want to say to someone who is telling a girl just because you're a girl, you won't be able to do that?
So honestly, I have seen this myself before, about talking how STEM is only meant for guys. And it is a common misconception, and it is a common opinion that I have seen people I know have. And I honestly think that in this topic, we have definitely come a long way. However, there is a lot more we can do, and there's a lot more progress that as a country we need to make. And I definitely think women right now in today's day have been like, I've heard all these amazing people talk about the amazing projects they've come up with and the different opinions how everyone has, and it's incredible to see how much, like, at such a young age, like people like as young as fourth graders and fifth graders are here talking about AI, and we can definitely see how it's been progressed and we can see the change. However, we have a long way to go from here, and we definitely and yes, there are girls going to be part of this part of these occupations. And yeah, all I have to say is that now is the time we are like ready, and now is the point in life where we can make a change, and just giving us a chance, like, because other than biologically we aren't different than men, and we are equal to them. And if we are given a chance, I'm sure we can prove that too. So I think all we need to do is give a chance to more women and give them the opportunity, the education and training, so that we can as a community go forward in this field.
Geet, I can see that you're raising your hand. Is there something else that you want to add to Trisha's?
Yes, ma'am. I want to say that I'm blessed to have a supportive family, especially my mother, who herself, being a computer science engineer, has worked on developing numerous software applications. She has always motivated me to do something fruitful with my time and learn new technologies. And so, to quote a funny incident, I am an only child. So my relatives always ask my parents to go for a second child or for a son. Inspired from movie Dangal, they always reply, "Mhari chori choro se kam hai ke?"
That's amazing, Geet. No, I mean, my Hindi is not that good, but still, I can say that no girl is lesser than any guy. So I can assure you that. So, yeah, Vismaya, what do you would like to say?
So I wanted to say that I was actually abandoned by my paternal family for being actually a girl and not a boy. So I know how it feels that when somebody like when your family members abandon you being a girl. And we should always remember that girls also have equal right to boys also. We are all equal. There's no superior or inferior thing happening over here. So I feel that the gender doesn't matter at all. Whether you're learning AI or something else, gender doesn't matter. I also want to thank Ayush sir, Stuti ma'am, and Ashi sir for like supporting me in making this project.
That's amazing. On that note, can you recite your poem again?
Okay, I'll tell you again the poem. So, human intelligence gave birth to artificial intelligence, and the robots help us to grow and reduce our burdens, selfless pets to cheer up the ones who suffer, and for the lonely, lifelong companions. Weave the threads of AI into a canvas to paint the colors of India's bright future metamorphosis in every field.
That's amazing, Vismaya. I asked you because before when you recited, your camera was off. So this is why I wanted to see you recite once again. That is why. Thank you so much. Anyway, Vismaya. And whatever you said about women power, that has been amazing. Okay, and to think about that at a very young age, to understand that no woman is lesser than any man, it is the biggest thing. Okay, and I would like to appreciate and encourage you to move forward with whatever projects that you have, and don't lay back on anything. Okay. So
thank you for the advice.
Not an advice. I'm not. I'm just saying. It's a something that you can hear from a friend or something. Not. Don't think of it as an advice. Just keep it in your mind. The thing is, what I wanted to ask about is that everyone was talking about the future of AI, women in AI. So combining all of that, can you tell me about your passion, actual passion that you have in AI, and going forward, how are you planning to pursue it?
Ma'am, actually, my interest in AI or coding came at a very early age because I was interested in video games and stuff, and then I wanted to know more about how people create video games and all. So that's how it started, and right now I'm doing two internships. One in both are in US, one in California and another in New York, and there I'm working in AI. And in future also I want to pursue AI and be a professor in mechatronics. It's a very wonderful field and exciting field, so I want to be a professor in that field.
You want to, okay, so right now you are in school, right?
Yes, I'm in class 10th.
Do you have any plan or something? I mean, it's a cliche question, but then I just wanted to hear what are you planning to do in your studies for going forward?
Ma'am, well, my particular plan is to get into any Ivy League universities because there is a lot of research opportunities there, and then do BTech, MTech, PhD, then postdoc, and then probably get into any college as a assistant professor.
That's amazing. That's like such an ambitious goal, Bhabi. I hope that you achieve everything going forward. And next is Mercy. Do you want
Yes.
to add on to something that everyone has been saying about your passion, about your for the future?
Yes, my passion in AI is a very awesome thing because AI is very advanced and you get to sit and do it for a very long time. It's time consuming, but you get to learn a lot of things and I really enjoy it. So like I really love AI.
Okay, so going ahead, you will be pursuing a career in AI. Can we have a
Yes,
take on that?
yes, ma'am. I love almost everything. All of the things I do, I love. So, like, but most I love AI because it's very awesome. So, it's very fascinating.
That's amazing, Mercy. And what about you, Sonia?
AI is amazing, as we know. Uh, it is so interesting, and my interest in AI begins so late, I think, as compared to them. I come up with AI at late, but I think I can build myself and be an AI aspirant.
And I would like to add a quote from my favorite book, Good Night Stories for Rebel Girls. So, to the rebel girls of the world, dream bigger, aim higher, fight harder, and when in doubt, remember, you are right.
So this was an amazing chat. It was amazing talking to you. So I wish you all the very best for all the projects that you have in the future and all the future endeavors that you will be in, be venturing on. And thank you so much for joining. And I hope you also had a good time. Bye, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Bye.
Thank